campaign and brings so much leadership and commitment to the movement. From Adala Justice Project and the DSA, please welcome Sumaya Awad.
Can you hear me? I asked myself earlier today, why am I coming out to this rally specifically? Why this rally? Why this specific campaign? Of the kind of bunch of campaigns that exist in this city. And the answer I came to was that I'm coming out today because I'm Palestinian and because I'm a New Yorker. And as a Palestinian New Yorker, I care a lot about how our state is funding settlement violence. I'm out here today because there are hundreds, there are thousands of New Yorkers, of constituents across the 5 boroughs who are saying, stop funding Israeli settler violence. Who are saying, not on our dime, not on our watch. I'm out here today because the settlement movement is perpetuating the physical and the abstract Palestinian dispossession of land, of history, of culture, of people's lives on the daily. These are not instances of violence. This is daily violence. It does not stop. It has not ended. It's been over 70 years of this. And every Israeli government, every new Israeli government is just worse from the one before. Right now, Israel has a government that is openly aligning with the settlers, that is openly egging them on to continue the theft of Palestinian land. These are not instances of violence. This is systematic, organized, mass land theft. That is the settlement movement. It is systematic land theft, and it is organized, and it is organizing in our city and our state. And that is why we launched Not on Our Dime. To say there is an asymmetry of power is an understatement. Israeli soldiers give cover to Israeli settlers as they burn Palestinian olive groves, as they facilitate home demolition, as they force Palestinians out of their homes overnight. And then the next morning, the audacity, the next morning, they bus in settlers, Jewish Israeli settlers, to take over those same homes. There are Palestinians in East Jerusalem who are living with Israeli settlers in their backyards, who claim that those are their homes. And you know what? Some of these settlers come right here from New York City, from Staten Island. We're here to say no more funding for this violence. Every institution, from Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch to the International Criminal Court to, frankly, to our own U.S. government, has said that settlements are illegal under international law. So why are we funding them? What excuse do people have for continuing to fund them and for allowing our state to do so? Why are we supporting this? If you're elected in New York City, why are you supporting this? There's nothing defensible about apartheid and ethnic cleansing. They're trying to make it really hard for us to talk about these issues. They're trying to scare people. They're trying to shame people. But guess what? We will not be shamed. We will not be shamed for standing up for Palestinian rights. We will not be shamed for saying, no, we don't want to fund apartheid. We are proud of it. We are loud about it. We are public about it. And we won't stop. Uyghurs, we're Palestinians. And we say no. This is not going to keep going in our state. This is not what it means to be a New Yorker. Being a New Yorker means we say no to funneling money for violence. Being a New Yorker means no to funding crimes against humanity. That's why we're here. That's why we're here today. And I'm going to end by saying, they're not alone in this movement. We're actually no longer just preaching to the choir. We know that we're winning the argument. There's all this data coming out that's showing we are winning the argument. More and more people are saying no to Israeli apartheid. More and more people are saying no more funding for Israel from the U.S. So you are not alone in this. So stand proud and loud. And yes, it's difficult. Of course it's difficult. If it were easy, you think we'd still be fighting after 70 years? No. Of course it's difficult. We are not alone. And our numbers are growing. Be on the right side of justice now. Don't wait. Don't wait for years. Be on the right side of justice now. So you have to support this bill. You have to support this campaign. Go right here elected. Tell them to support this campaign. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to your co-workers. Talk to people on the subway. Tell them we have to support this campaign. This is happening in our own backyard. Not on our dime. Not on our watch. Not on our dime. 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 Not on our dime.
Nice shirt.
Sumaya mentioned that we're winning.
Yeah.
A poll just came out the other day showing that more Democrats sympathize with Palestinians than Israelis for the first time in history. We are winning! 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 So get with it now or catch the train later. But don't miss it.
That's right.
Don't miss the train.
Next, we are so grateful for the leadership and powerful organizing of the Palestinian youth movement, who has been core and central to this campaign. And we are grateful to have Kaleem Hawa here from the Palestinian youth movement. Kaleem.
Hi everyone! Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right.
I am requesting.
I'm here with the Palestinian Youth Movement. We're the largest transnational, independent, and grassroots organization of Arab and Palestinian youth fighting for the total liberation of our homeland in Palestine. We are here today to demand that New York State stop financing the expulsion and dispossession of our fellow Palestinians from their lands and from their homes. More than $60 million have been funneled from New York-based and registered charities to illegal Zionist settlements, all subsidized by our tax dollars. The Not on Our Dime Act seeks to end this practice. We are here today to speak out in strong support of this bill as part of the international call for solidarity with the Palestinians in Al-Naqab, Al-Khalil, Sheikh Jarrah, Masafir Yatta, and many other places where Palestinians are on the front lines resisting settler violence while New Yorkers get tax breaks. The first thing you all need to understand is how these so-called charities operate. Groups in Palestine, like the Settler Association, Ataret Kohanim, have filed dozens of lawsuits in the Palestinian town of Silwan, seeking the eviction and dispossession of Palestinians from their lands and from their homes. Just this January, for example, the Israeli courts ordered Nasser Rajabi and his family to leave their generational homes in Silwan to make room for Jewish settlers who have no connection to the land, and who have no connection to the homes. As it was during the Nakba of 1948, the Zionist project remains the same. Zionists in, Palestinians out. And we are here today to say that this practice must end. Specifically, what are we asking for? We are here today demanding the revocation of the charitable statuses of groups like the Central Fund of Israel. Hear them out. Central Fund of Israel. The MZ Foundation. The Hebron Fund. And the Friends of Ataret Kohanim, where we'll be marching later today. All of these organizations and all of the other Zionist settler organizations are actively funding the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. And as people living in New York City, we must understand that these so-called charitable organizations are grown in our own backyards. This is a moral stain on this city and just goes to show the deep connections between U.S. imperialism and Zionism that seeks to colonize the land and homes of Palestine. The Not on Our Dime Act is, of course, just the beginning of what solidarity with the Palestinian liberation movement can look like for all of you here today. We need to end the billions of dollars of funding that the U.S. Congress provides the Zionist entity each and every year. We need to end the transfer of weapons and technologies of war that are used to oppress Palestinians, and that which groups like American technology companies like Google and Amazon are complicit in. We need to end exchange programs with the NYPD and all the other U.S. police departments where the Israeli cops train our pigs. We need to end the unlimited support for indefinite and administrative detention of Palestinian political prisoners, like Walid Daqqa, who has been in Zionist prisons for 37 years. It is clearer than ever today that the Nakba is ongoing and that it remains. Ethnic cleansing is not a charity, and we must cut off this monetary lifeline once and for all.
Ethnic cleansing is not charity. Ethnic cleansing is not charity. Not on our dime.
Not on our dime!
Hey, don't
Not
touch my
on
foot.
our dime! I didn't touch your foot.
Touch my foot. Don't touch my foot. I touched you. I must be a magician. Not on our dime!
Not on our dime!
Not on our dime!
Not on our dime! Vote out the Democrats that are funding!
Yeah.
There we go.
We are so grateful to have the partnership of movement lawyers in this coalition.
You're looking to disrupt the natural order. Let's disrupt. Let's make a statement.
And some of the most brilliant legal minds are involved in what we're doing. They are also movement leaders who help us put legal tools in the hands of the people. Please welcome one of the best there is from the Center for Constitutional Rights, my sister, Diala Shammas.
Can you all hear me? Yeah! I need a bullhorn!
Right in the face where it hurts.
Working on it, working on it.
Probably paid soccer.
Can you all hear me? Yeah! All right.
You could kick my head in and you would enjoy every second.
Not on our dime. That is the bare minimum. Let us be clear on what not on our dime is. It's the bare minimum. What it does is that it says that funding war crimes is not a charitable purpose.
I love flags. It's like Flag Day. Why don't you give me one? Share.
We have images of Israeli settlers wearing the logo of their organizations on their t-shirts while they are expelling Palestinian farmers from their fields. Israeli settler organizations like Regavim boast about their work to expel entire villages like Khan al-Ahmar or Masafir Yatta from their ancestral lands. They brag about it. Organizations like Ataret Kohanim, their mission statement basically says that they intend to replace Palestinians with Jews. And all of these organizations are funded right here in New York.
by Democrats.
Now, I'm a proud New Yorker. I'm also a Palestinian, born and raised in Jerusalem. Woo! And one of my homes is essentially subsidizing my expulsion, the eviction of my relatives, of my neighbors, of my community. And we're here to stop that. Land back. Don't tell me that it is unthinkable to demand this bare minimum.
It's really gorgeous thing.
Don't tell us that it is pie in the sky to say that war crimes are not charitable. Don't tell us that it's unthinkable to say that our agencies and our institutions right here in New York should not be enforcing the law. It is the bare minimum.
So it's Instagram. Telegram, WhatsApp.
Do you want to know what is unthinkable? Is to expect that you can work and promote your work to expel Noura Sobleban from her home and celebrate it and fundraise right here in New York and not expect anybody to ask questions.
I have lots of questions, honey. Can you answer them?
Do you know what is unthinkable? Is that you can publicly boast about your role in removing entire Palestinian towns and expect that no one will ask any questions when you fundraise here in New York.
Can I ask a question?
It is unreasonable to expect that people won't organize and that people won't do everything that it takes to stop it.
That's right.
Unfortunately, currently that is the reality. No one has been asking questions, and we are here to change that reality. I don't know how many ways I could say this, but legally, as a matter of basic moral principles, there is nothing controversial about this campaign, about this legislation, about anything that we're saying. We're not even telling you to stop doing it on someone else's dime, although you should. We're just saying not on our dime. It is the most local issue.
Why not a
It is
quarter?
the bare minimum.
Or $1.
And we are here to say not on our dime.
That's right.
Not on our dime! Not on our dime! Not on our dime! Not on our dime! On Nakba in real time! Not on our dime! Funding war crimes! Not on our dime! Funding settler war crimes! Not on our dime! On Nakba in time! Not on our dime! Ethnic cleansing Palestine! Not on our dime! Not on our dime! Give it up for yourselves! Finally, we are so thrilled.
Encouragement.
We are so thrilled to have elected someone to office who is truly of the people. Please welcome the person who introduced this groundbreaking legislation and is courageously taking this fight to Albany, New York State Assembly member Zohran Mamdani.
Sexy animal, you gorgeous piece of meat. I bet you got a nice soft.
How we doing? Are we ready to end New York State's subsidy of settler crimes? Are we ready to say not on our dime?
You would really bring me tremendous
When I grew up
pleasure.
in this city, I grew up hearing a term of progressive accept Palestine. I grew up hearing that it was normal to hold an inconsistency only when it applied to Palestinians. I saw the politicians that I admired speak of universal rights and then draw the line right when it came to Palestinians. And I was told that that is simply how it is, it's how it has been, and it's how it will be.
We should encourage
And when I
immigration.
decided to run for office, I was told to keep my thoughts on Palestine to myself if I wanted to win.
Share, baby, share!
I want to make it clear. I spoke
Crystal clear.
every day to my constituents about the need for us to stand up in a consistent manner for justice for every single person, whether they're in Astoria or in Palestine.
How about in Brooklyn, Bronx, or Queens? What about Staten Island?
And then I got reelected. And here I am.
But you're funding.
Saying what I have been
You're the one
saying.
funding the problem.
Habibi, I'll talk
You're
to you.
funding the problem. If you're elected, you're funding the problem. Why don't you change?
Palestine.
Let's get some change here. Don't put your hands on me, young man.
Can I hear you guys say not on our dime with me?
Not on our dime!
On our dime!
Not 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 on our dime!
That is what we are calling for. And we are calling
number?
for it because we know that the days of that inconsistency, the days of drawing the line in Palestine, those days are over. And when I introduced this legislation in Albany as part of this wonderful coalition, I was told by some of my colleagues that you are alone in this belief. You are alone in this thought. We have more than 250 people here today, and I do not feel alone at all.
Neither do I.
We have had more than 4,000 letters sent to state elected officials. I'm sorry, 5,000.
Write more, baby. Email, save the trees. Save the trees and send emails.
What we are calling for is the end of our complicity as New Yorkers. And we know it will be a long battle, but you cannot win if you do not start. This is the beginning of that battle. Because we have organizations masquerading as charities. Organizations like Friends of Ateret Kohanim who filed 990 forms claiming that their funds are educational. There is nothing educational about dispossession. There is nothing charitable about violence. We know that. Every normal person knows that. But when it comes to politics, they want to create an exception. So who is ready to end the exception? I want to hear you say, not on our dime. 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 I will leave you with this. We are told time and again that this country opposes settlements. We are told that international law opposes settlements. It's time that our reality reflects that. We are tired of your rhetoric. We want to see it in reality. We are tired of hearing one thing and subsidizing another. If New York State stands for justice, there must be no exceptions. So I want to see a show of hands. Who has already sent a letter to their elected representative? I see a lot of hands, but I don't see all. So I want you to take your phone out. I know this is so annoying when they ask for this, but trust me. You take your phone out and you type in notonourdime.com/take action. If you do that, and I promise you it'll take 1 minute, you will change the calculus and you will make sure that our convictions are what we see in the legislation we pass in Albany. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It is so lovely to see all of you here, and I know that we are going to win, and every day we do this, we bring that day much closer. Thank you so much.
That was amazing.